Morning, everyone. Happy Election Day. Don't forget to go out and vote. I hope you did vote. I will be voting after work tonight. I get off work at 4, so it's a perfect time to go in there. It shouldn't be too busy. And no, I didn't early vote, so that's okay though. I don't mind going in that day. So today is another full day of eating, and of course it's just going to be my boring food, but I'll show you what I'm having, okay? So let me go ahead and turn you down this morning, and I'm going to turn on my burner on high because this morning I am going to just make some scrambled eggs with some cheese. So I'm going to start out with a tablespoon of ghee and let that melt. We had some storms come through last night, so I am pretty tired, but that's okay. I will make it. Whew, excuse me, the time change in the weather and everything has just got me really tired. Okay, so to this I am going to add 2 eggs. I'm not going to make an omelet this morning. If I have to eat eggs all the time, I'm going to make it fun. So I'm just going to throw a couple eggs in here. Wow, I'm making a mess this morning again. And I will salt them up. Now I have my burner on high because I'm not making an omelet. I'm just making scrambled eggs, and I just want to get it done and over with. And you know, you can cook a fresh breakfast every morning. You don't have to prep breakfast. That's why I don't do a lot of breakfast prep, because literally this is going to take me about 2 minutes to cook. So, you know, it's really not a big deal. And all I'm going to do is just make scrambled eggs. They're not sticking, as you can tell. Again, this is the Gotham brand of copper pans. My husband got me the whole set for my birthday last year. I told him I just wanted 1 or 2 to try them, to see, and the sweetheart got me every single pan. The big one, you know, well, the one that came in the set. So I got the Dutch oven and the large saucepan, the small saucepan, the square pan, and then a large and small skillet. So I really like them. I think that they hold heat better than regular pans, and that was one of the first things that I had problems with, was how do I cook with this, because it was cooking differently, but I like it. So there's my scrambled eggs, and then I'm just going to take 1 slice of baby Swiss, and I'm just going to tear it over the top of it just because I'm lazy. And that's it. That will be my breakfast. I've still got to make my coffee. It's the coffee pot is over there waiting for me to get it prepared and plugged in, but luckily it only takes about 5 minutes to brew, so there is that. So while I'm preparing that, I'm going to let this cheese melt, and I will be getting ready for work. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be back later. Alright, I'm back for lunch, and I will show you what I'm gonna have. I'm actually gonna just make a taco salad, and originally I was going to do a taco salad with cheddar cheese, but my stinky daughter ate it all last night, so I will show you what I'm gonna have instead. So I'm gonna take, I've got this zeroed out, and this is going to be 82 grams of lettuce, and then I'm gonna 81, excuse me, and I'm gonna zero this out, and let's see how much taco meat I have, which is
not a lot. I took a lot of it.
It's 85 grams, which is just fine. And then I'm gonna take 3 slices, 1, 2, 3, of Colby Jack cheese. And I'm just gonna slice it into thin slices and use that instead of shredded cheddar because, again, my stinky daughter, she ate all the cheese last night. At least she's eating cheese and not like Cheetos or cookies or something. So I'm okay with her eating all my cheese. It's better than eating all my pecans, right? So so yeah, that's all I'm gonna do with this cheese is I'm just gonna kind of break it up now that it's in slices and put it over the top. And this is actually 55 grams. I already weighed it before because I wanted to see how much it was, and there were only 3 slices left, and because I'm such an OCD person, I couldn't just leave 1 or 2 slices in there. No, I had to use the whole package. So there is that. And then I'm gonna put some sour cream on here, which I didn't pull out yet. So let me go grab that. All right, so I'm going to zero this out and add 45 grams of sour cream. And there you go. Awesome. And then for an added treat, I told you I took all my pecans and I put them in Ziploc bags. So that is 1 single serving of pecans, and I will have that as my treat. And there you go. That's my lunch. It's not exciting, but it's cheap. I mean, between the lettuce and the meat and the pecans and everything, this is probably a $2 meal, and that's not bad. So, and then the eggs this morning, the eggs and cheese and butter, I would have to say that was probably $1 or less. So right now I'm up to $3 in food. Wow. Eating this way is so expensive. I don't know how anybody does it. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, guys, I'm back and I'm doing dinner. And I thought I had done a video on this before, but I don't think that I have. So I'm going to do it tonight. And what I'm going to do, it's called Spatchcoked chicken, which is a really crazy name. And basically what you're doing is you're taking the backbone out of the chicken and you're laying it flat in the pan so that it cooks quicker. I love whole chicken, so this gets all of the chicken skin nice and crispy because it's all facing up instead of the breast or whatever on the bottom. And so this is a really fun way of doing chicken. It's a good company recipe because it's kind of fancy, and instead of saying we're having baked chicken, you can say we're having spatchcocked chicken, and people just are like, what the heck? There's many ways that you can do it. You can spice it with any of the spices that you like. I personally am going to use my personal favorites, and I know it's gonna be yummy. So what I'm gonna do is turn you down so that you can see my workspace. And the first thing we're going to start out with is this nice whole chicken that I got from Sam's. It looks like it's a good, hold on, I'm going to open this up over here at the sink because I don't want that blood to go all over. There we go. And there we go. So here's our chicken, and so as you can see, it's got the breastbone. Whoa, and a lot of water in it still. Hold on, let me go grab a towel. All right, that was the grodiest feeling in the world. I mean, it's just grody. So let me finish cleaning this up. Ugh, gross, gross, gross. Okay, I will be bleaching this countertop when I'm done making this recipe. Ugh, gross. Okay, so now that we're done with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna spatchcock this. And what that is that if you see here, that's actually the neck, and then here's the backbone. And you can do this a couple different ways. I've done it before with just kitchen shears, but I haven't done it with a knife before, so we'll see how good and adept I am at using a knife. But all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the knife and you're gonna run it down both sides of this backbone. And the cool thing about doing this is that you can take the backbone and then you can freeze it for later to use in broth, because it is definitely going to be good for bone broth, or you can use it right away for bone broth. But as you can hear, I'm cutting through the bones. At least I hope you can hear it. Keep your fingers out of the way, keep them up high so that you don't hurt yourself. And yeah, so this is really easy to do with a knife, with a pair of kitchen shears as well. But today we're just going to use a knife. And when you use a knife, make sure that it's good and sharp, because you know those sharp knives are the ones that are going to hurt you the most. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open this up. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of elasticity, and all I'm doing is pushing down on it a little bit so that I popped that sternum bone. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wash my hands so that I can deal with the spices. All right, my hands are washed and we are ready to give this some flavor. So of course, as with anything, I am going to start with a generous portion of salt. And because I usually stuff the cavity with bay leaves, I'm going to do that as well. But you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna flip it over in our pan. So instead of putting them in the chicken themselves, I'm actually going to just put a few leaves in my baking pan. All right. This is a lot of hand washing video, but that's okay. The other thing I'm gonna do, I'm kind of obsessed with the smoky paprika right now, you guys know. So I'm gonna put some all over the base. And then I'm going to take it and put it into the pan. And this is the backbone, which I'm going to put to the side because I'm going to make some bone broth. All right, so let me go wash my hands again. So, as you can see, I've laid the chicken in here. It's nice and flat. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna salt it up again. These wings are gonna be really yummy. All right, and then I'm just gonna use the paprika and wash the lid and put the paprika more generously on the top, because this is the only spice I'm going to add to this today. All right, so there's the smoky paprika and it is on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my oven. I actually have it on convection oven right now. It is preheating to 375 degrees, but I am one of those that's impatient, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in, and when it's done I will bring it out and show you the result and show you what we're having to go with it. So I'll be back. All right, so I decided I'm going to get my bone broth going, and I will, if you guys want an entire video dedicated just to bone broth, give this video a thumbs up and let me know. But if not, I'm just going to kind of embed it in here. So this is what I do with my bone broth. I've got a big crock pot here, and I've got just a few things. So the first thing I've got over here is the celery that I prepped earlier this week. And I'm not going to use all of it because I want to eat some of it, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in a nice little portion of celery in here. Now you can use whatever vegetables you like. If you want to add, you know, carrots or green beans or whatever you want to. I just usually do celery because it's easier, it's cheap. That much celery probably costs 30 cents. I mean, the whole big stalk cost me like $1.50. And then added to that is this nice little free nugget here. And what this is that on Sunday I made chicken wings, and I tipped chicken wings, and I've got a video on how to do that, and I will link it in the comments down, or in the description down below. But these are all the chicken wing tips that I did this weekend. And then to that we're also going to add that backbone that we just created. So there you go. Ooh, I gotta be more careful. I'm gonna throw that in there. Okay, so what else do you put in here? Well, some people say that you need an acid, so you could use apple cider vinegar, rice vinegar, lemons, limes, whatever flavor it is that you're wanting to put in here to give it a little bit of an acidic flavor. And the reason for the acid is to help the bones break down. So that's what that is for. And then to this, I'm also going to add some good flavors. I've got some good bay leaves, which you guys know I love bay leaves, and especially in my bone broth. And then a crap ton of salt. Yep, that's the official term. It is a crap ton of salt. Now you could add other flavors to this. You could add oregano. You could add sage, which I probably will add some oregano to this, and some basil, just because. Or no, some rosemary. I'll add oregano and rosemary to this. So that's all the water I'm going to add right now because that's all I have. I'm going to finish filtering some more water, and I will fill it up to the top with filtered water. I use the zero filter pitcher because of my allergies. It filters out sulfites and sulfates, and it filters out lead and all sorts of stuff. I love my zero filter pitcher. If I've never talked about it before, guys, you need to get you one. They're expensive, and the filters are expensive. 2 filters is like $30, but the water tastes like water. It doesn't taste like anything else, and in the long run, over the course of a filter, it's much cheaper than buying a bunch of bottled water. And again, for me personally, some municipalities actually use sulfites to purify their water, their drinking water, and so I get really sick. I got really sick. We went to Illinois for a few days earlier this year in March, and I ended up very, very sick, like swollen eyes, because the water was treated with sulfites, and I was drinking the water because I didn't bring my pitcher with me like I normally do, and then I was using it to wash my hair and my face and all of that, so I got very, very sick. So I swear by my zero filter pitcher. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish filtering this water. I'm going to add a little oregano and a little rosemary to this, and then I'm going to turn it on low, and I'm going to leave it on low. It is now 4:45 p.m. and I am going to leave this on low until I get up tomorrow morning. Usually I get up around 6:30 or so, 6:20. So I probably won't even turn this off until 8 o'clock, which is well over 12 hours. Most people say bone broth, you got to do it for 24, but then it gets all stinky, and I'm like a visual smelling. I have to be okay with every part of my food, not just the visual, but I have to be able to smell it and it smell good and it has a good texture to it, or else I can't eat it. So this is what works for me. This is how I make my broth, and this was absolutely free. Well, not absolutely, because, you know, the celery, I had to buy that this week, but the water's free, the bones and the chicken tips, and you know, those are all things that I would have thrown away. The bay leaves are less than a penny each, same with all the other spices. So this is always a easy, free thing to do. So I will be back once my chicken is cooked. All right, I'm back, and I think my spatchcocked chicken is done. So I wanted to show you that, and let me show you how beautiful it turned out. Is that not gorgeous? Isn't that something that you could totally serve to company? Yeah, that is just beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little quick cut here and just show you what it looks like and how easily it comes apart. And as you can see, everybody gets their own little piece of nice crispy skin. We still have the wings, which are really good, and then of course the breasts, which are beautiful. You go ahead and cut that down, and as you can see, that is just beautiful. So I'm going to finish cutting this up, and we're going to have this for dinner. Let me show you real quick that I did add more water to my bone broth, so I'll be having that in the morning. But it smells so good, my mouth is watering, so I apologize in advance for that. But anyway, so I'm gonna add some veggies to this. I will probably do green beans for myself, for my husband, and daughter will do broccoli, and that'll be our food for the night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put right up here what my food looks like after I tracked it, because I'm not gonna go through that. You guys saw me do that yesterday. So I'll put my totals right here, and you can see how well my macros ended up being. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed the day.